Maria Bullard, who is now Mrs. Maria Gunstone, went to India in December 1984 on a Gunstone Churchill Memorial Trust travelling fellowship, where she visited 7 different states in India to investigate the value of yoga for the disabled and people with learning difficulties. She had been teaching yoga in the 70s and 80s to small groups of mentally handicapped people as well as their staff, and had run in-service integration yoga teacher training with her particular pupils as seen in this video. Maria found that the pupils realised more and more that yoga was not beyond their capabilities, and that the staff were also keen and well able to continue the practices with their pupils. Maria's concern was to study in India, the home of yoga, how yoga techniques were being used with disabled people and who taught them. This video shows how a successful yoga program was implemented in the special schools in India, the person who initiated it, and those who benefited from it. The term mentally retarded, as mentioned in this film, refers to persons with a mental handicap and learning difficulties.
That what we do in a special educators program, and we have started the special teachers training program where we train staff to train the mentally retarded for the last 15 years. This is started by a voluntary organization, but I'm working there from the inception. But in that program, we have trained about 250 special educators so far. That is 1/5 of the country's special educators population. So I'm very happy that I'm able to contribute something in this field to help the mentally retarded. But at the same time, when you talk about this yoga, and it's really funny to say this to you, because when I traveled Europe and United States and some of the Scandinavian countries, and people were going on talking about yoga and how it is helpful for many problems and many instances I can quote. Then there's some people, even in our own areas, we were talking about yoga, but we have not introduced the yoga that well with the mentally retarded. Then about 8 years ago, and to start with as a kind of experiment, I started this yoga for the special teacher trainees, that the people who are going to train the mentally retarded. And I told them, these are some of the asanas and pranayama you are going to do, and we will see how you are going to use this for the mentally retarded. And you won't believe, this is the greatest surprise I ever had in my life. And each one of the teacher trainees, at that time there were 20 people, and each one came and told, "Sir, I had this problem, now I am better. Sir, I had this problem, I am better. I had some giddiness, I had this," the women students, some periods problem, the irregular period, that menstrual period. So all those things, they came and they said it's effective. Then I thought it is also working. And after that only I went and had a course with this Krishnamacharya Yoga Mantram, where the Krishnamacharya, I learned that he is one of the greatest yoga exponent in this country, because he is also 98 now, and he is the Guruji to even the famous B.K. Iyengar. And when we asked them, can you help our mentally retarded and the teachers, they said, we can help your teachers, but you should tell us whether it is effective for the retarded or not. Then we thought, okay, we started, our teachers learned that, and we slowly we used this yoga for the mentally retarded. And we used almost all the behavior modification techniques to teach yoga. We are not averse to any Western thought or anything. We wanted to grab all the best from every word so that we can give the benefit to the mentally retarded. That is how we started.
Dr. Jeyachandran of Bala Vihar Special Training School was chosen to compile a national curriculum which included yoga assisted by an expert committee appointed by the government. This was completed in January 1985 at the time of Maria's visit.
How long have the training teachers been with you here?
1 year. They will be here 1 year. And the initial stage itself we teach them so that they practice it. Once in a week they learn it from the yoga teacher. Then they practice it throughout the week. And also they teach the children, apply this asana and teach the children. Whenever they have problem, teach the child. And we give our suggestion as psychologists how to teach that. Some teaching strategies we adapt and give them.
So the ladies here and the gentlemen next door, they're training and teaching at the same time?
Yes, they are teachers, already trained teachers, professional teachers, and we are giving 1 year additional training for them to be special educators. And they learn this and they teach the mentally retarded also.
Much of Indian society is closed to mentally retarded people simply because it has never accepted them. In general, they are kept isolated in institutions, and some parents who do keep them are ashamed of them and seek to hide them away from the community. One way of remedying this state of affairs was to have thousands of workers trained on the National Special Educators course. Cost was a major consideration, and the organisers of the project were anxious to balance the cost against the need to train as many educators as possible without reducing the quality of the course. Educators had to assume the responsibility for teaching the whole person. Yoga has proved to be ideal for enhancing mind and whole body activity.